The Emerging Enterprise Awards are brought to you by OCBC, Asia's best SME bank, and the Business Times.
Did you know that Singapore generated 755,000 tons of food waste last year? Now, to put things in perspective, that's equivalent to 52,000 double-decker buses. In line with Singapore's 30 by 30 food sustainability goal, one startup in Singapore is giving food waste a second lease of life. Through its solution called WasteMaster, an on-site food waste processing system, LifeLab Resources converts the waste food into valuable feed resources. Now, for more insights, we're joined by Edward Chia, Managing Director of LifeLab Resources and winner of the 2024 Most Promising Sustainability Startup Award. Edward is also Member of Parliament of the Holland Bukatima GRC. Good morning, Edward. Welcome to Money FM.
Good morning. Thank you for having me.
It's great to have you on. Thanks for joining us to tell us more about WasteMaster. But let's start with a big congratulations, of course, on winning the Most Promising Sustainability Startup Award.
Thank you. We're very, very grateful.
Yeah, so you've been an entrepreneur since young, but what drew you to the food sustainability space, and what does this award mean to you and your team at LifeLab?
I think it's a great validation of the team. So when we won the award, I said this belongs to the team. They have worked so hard over the last almost 2 years. And when you deal with waste, sometimes things go wrong and you really have to go knee deep into the waste pile. So it's actually really hard work, and I really want to give credit to the entire team. As an entrepreneur, I've always believed that businesses must have a strong purpose and must create lasting impact for society. So LifeLab's mission is really to close the food loop, because we have two key challenges here. Right? We create so much food waste in cities because there's always going to be a mismatch of demand and supply in terms of food. So there will be unavoidable food waste. But on the other hand, society also grapples with food security and food resilience. So by converting and upcycling food waste back into new food resources, closing the food loop, we actually solve two of society's biggest challenges.
Yeah, so this is definitely a growing concern, and we see food waste being magnified in big cities as well. So we understand that LifeLab is the only company that has the technology and regulatory approvals to convert mixed food waste into aquaculture feed. So tell us more about the solution that you're using, and how do you make sure that the processed food waste is safe for further consumption as animal feed?
Great question. So food safety is very, very important, because if this is going to go back to the human food supply chain, then we have to prioritize food safety. The process takes 2 steps. First step is our on-site system called the WasteMaster. We believe that food waste should be treated on-site. And the technology uses a proprietary reactive oxygen and ionization technology, where we actually produce hydroxyl radical. And the hydroxyl radical achieves actually 3 critical outcomes. 1, it eliminates pathogens, so it makes the substrates safe and inert. Second, it actually removes moisture, so the moisture level goes below a certain percentage where there is no longer bioactivity. And from a feed and resource perspective, it retains up to 95% of the nutritional value. So that's also very important, because you need to retain the nutritional value so that it's valuable, it's effective as a aquaculture feed.
So give us an idea of the scale here. How much food waste can be processed within a single day, and how challenging is it when it comes to scaling it up?
So we have a hub and spoke model. So we have a 2-step process. First step, on-site treatment. It reduces mixed food waste volume to about 20%. And because it's inert, it's no longer bioactive, we can actually store it on site. So we pick up once a week, once every 2 weeks. So in terms of haulage, we actually reduce haulage volume down to 20%. We reduce it down 20%. And we also reduce the frequency, because if you don't treat food waste, you have to pick it up daily. Then the second process is where we bring the substrates back to our biorefinery, and the substrates becomes feedstock for microbial substrates cultivation, and where we increase the quality of the protein. So we call it a hub and spoke, the hub being the biorefinery, the spokes being the WasteMasters on-site. So in a way, it's quite scalable, because the food waste is actually processed on-site, it's batch, it's then transported to a hub at the biorefinery.
Got it. Do you have an idea in terms of tons how much food waste we're talking about?
Well, right now we have about 16 machines deployed around Singapore, and that translates to about 10 to 12 tons of food waste that we process a day right now.
So, Edward, collaboration really is key here. So what kind of companies or businesses do you guys partner with, and are there difficulties with getting them on board? what are their common concerns?
So we partner with hospitality companies. So we have 6 hotels in our client portfolio now. The 6 are Marina Bay Sands, Fairmont, Swiss Hotel, Robertson House Hotel, Grand Hyatt, Andaz. We also partner with large catering companies. So we're very pleased and honored that one of our key clients is actually SATS Catering. So in some ways, we're actually valorizing Singapore Airlines food waste. That's stuff coming out from the planes, actually. So I would say we give real credit to our clients because these are clients that are forward-looking. They are huge companies, but they all want to be a good corporate citizen and they want to do something good for the environment. And that's why we partner up with them and we empower them to actually close the food loop within your organizations. So it's not just about the food waste because we can valorize the food waste into aquaculture feed. But now we're actually having off-take discussions with these same clients that we are working with. And they're saying, can they buy back the food produced that is cultivated from the microbial substrate?
So that is a true food loop then.
Exactly. So we say that we empower our clients. So someone like SATS or even Marina Bay Sands could possibly purchase the farm produce that was cultivated from the substrates and they close the food loop within your own organization.
Yeah. Okay, so let's dive deeper into one of the partnerships that you're in with an aquaponics farm called Metro Farm. So what has come out of that collaboration so far?
It's been a great collaboration. We started with a trial. So an aquaponics farm works with fish and also vegetables. So we actually created microbial substrates. We palletize the feed with the farm. The farm has its own feed-making machines. And the microbial substrate was fed to freshwater tilapias. And the freshwater tilapias ate the substrates, it digested. The droppings then provides the nutrients in the water for leafy vegetables to grow. So now the farm actually produces very leafy, crunchy, tasty local vegetable called nai pai. And that nai pai is actually what we are now selling with the farm. So the farm is really selling these nai pai to commercial caterers right now.
Edward, before you go, as with many new solutions, there's always the issue of measuring impact and then balancing it with the cost. So what kind of plans do you have in the pipeline when it comes to scaling up? And are you also planning to take this abroad?
So it's all about scale. In regards to our clients, we are very focused on unit economics. We want to make sure that in terms of investing in the WasteMaster, we achieve a reasonable return on investments. Our pitch to our clients is that if we truly believe of circular economy and we need to focus on the word economy, the machine should pay for itself. We want to convert a cost center to a revenue center. Today, waste disposal is a cost center.
Yeah.
But if we can unlock the economic value of waste, then it becomes a revenue center. Right, so we have a certain roadmap to reduce the cost of the machine. As we monetize the substrates as feed, our commitment is to share that revenue back to our client. So we reduce the cost and we unlock a revenue stream. So we actually shorten the ROI period for our clients. For our farm partners, we have 2 commitments for them. One is to provide them a feed source that is more affordable than their current feed source and more sustainable. So immediately our farmers actually reduce costs, and feed cost is one of the major OPEX items for any farm. The second is actually aggregating demand for offtake opportunities. If you speak to any farmer, the number one request they have is offtake demand. They need to be able to sell their produce.
Yeah.
So by actually closing the food loop with our current clients, we are actually aggregating demand for our farmers as well. Because now they can actually sell the farm produce back directly to an end customer instead of having to work with many counterparties.
All right, so this was a great look into the WasteMaster solution and how it addresses food waste while also supporting Singapore's sustainability goals. Thank you so much, Edward, for being here and for sharing your journey with us today.
Thank you so much for having me. Thank you.
Thank you. We've been speaking with Edward Chia, Managing Director of LifeLab Resources and winner of the 2024 Most Promising Sustainability Startup Award. Keep it here on Money FM 89.3.
Money FM 89.3.